Who better than Hollywood power couple Holly Robinson Peete and Rodney Peete to give you dating advice in this reality show that is so good? It's obviously back for a second season. I'm talking with them about Queen's Court. So, Holly, I'll let you do the honors. Tell us what Queen's Court is all about.
Queen's Court brings together three queens, LisaRaye, K. Michelle, and London Deelishis Charles, to find love. And these are women of a certain age, and they've lived out loud and loved out loud. So we kind of know their successes and their failures in love. And here's an opportunity to bring together these three queens in a big old house with 22 potential kings. And Rodney and I are kind of there along the journey with them. We've been together 30 plus years. You know, we haven't done everything right, but we've learned a lot over the years. And we sort of impart our wisdom and help them on this journey to find their king.
It's so great that you get to do that with them as the host, but also as mentors and helping them along the way. As a huge Flavor of Love fan growing up, I obviously know Deelishis, but I saw in the trailer she's trying to be this new perception of herself. She's going by London. So, Rodney, give us a little background on these three queens.
Yeah, they are all different, and as Holly mentioned, they have their own lives and careers of their own. You know, and they've had their relationships ups and downs, and they're looking for love in this way. And I think one of the things that's cool about the show, and even though there's cameras around, there comes a moment early on where you forget the cameras are there and you just be real, and you find out, you know, what these queens really want. And it's been cool for us because it's my job to really mentor the guys and let them know kind of some of the things that they should and shouldn't do. Some of the lessons that I learned along the way being married to her for 30 years. And obviously the dating world is different now than when we were single, but it's a fun journey. And I think the queens were able to open up and be themselves and allow themselves to kind of look at the guys objectively and pick their king.
Having this, obviously, the second season we're talking about, having done the first season already with three separate queens like Tamar Braxton. Holly, what are you taking from the first season that now you're going to implement into the second season to give these queens advice?
Well, Trevor, one of the things that I really wanted to do was to just make sure they're all three ready for this journey. You know, that's so important. How have you healed? You are the common denominator in all of your relationships. Have you looked and been really introspective and honest about what you contribute or what could you do differently? So I really tried to get these queens this year on this season to just really open up about themselves and to be just super honest. And we keep it kind of real. You know, we are there to mentor them and help them along the way. And mostly they're very receptive to what we say. But at the end of the day, you know, you're your own person. And so I remember asking one of the queens, you know, are you really ready for this? And there was one moment when one queen just kept mentioning her ex. And I was like, if I'm this guy, I don't want to hear about your ex. I want to hear about how you feel about me. And so I think we were just very honest, very transparent. But at the end of the day, it's about healing yourself and being ready for love.
It's a great way to put that. And Rodney, being this champion to all these guys, these 22 confident, successful men, what are you taking from your relationship with Holly? What kind of advice are you giving these guys to have this relationship with the queens?
To listen to them. You know, sometimes we want to take over as men. We want to either, you know, take care of the woman, or we want to fix the woman, or we want to rescue the woman, or all these things. And if you sit back and listen as a guy to what they are really looking for, then that gives you an opportunity to kind of carve out, this is my approach. This is what she's looking for. Can I be that guy? And, you know, the guys don't know who the queens are when they first come on. So there's a little intimidation factor when they see them. And
can they handle
it? Can they handle it? You know, and you got to be able to put your ego aside and go, she's got her own career. People may recognize her. Am I going to be affected by that? And I said that early on, and you got to be able to check your ego at the door and be vulnerable as well.
Vulnerability is such an important factor in relationships. Holly, what can you tease about this upcoming season? Obviously, we don't know, we can't give any away spoilers, but what do we need to know before we watch these episodes?
Well, when Rodney and I come on to the episodes or we come on to the show, we don't know what's going to happen. And some of the things that happened organically were shocking. We couldn't believe the connection. It's a small world. So there are a lot of small world moments where things happen and we just like, what? And so we're just as shocked as everyone else that we'll learn in real time what's happening. But at the end of the day, without giving too much away, there are a lot of twists and turns on this journey. And we were just excited to feel those in real time. What we wanted to be was part of the process. We didn't just want to stand up there and go, okay, today you're going on a date on a hot air balloon. We wanted to be, in the mix. We wanted to sort of watch this unfold and then be able to comment in real time. And I think those are the moments that I look forward to.
Yeah. Also, I think you find yourself, and I think the audience will find themselves rooting for some of these guys. I mean, they're going to root for the queens, I think, obviously, but I think they're going to start picking out guys and go, I'm rooting for him. I want her to pick him. And the next thing you know, he said something stupid. I'm like, what? What did you do?
Oh man.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
And so that journey is going to be fun throughout these episodes.
And as you can see, Trevor, Rodney's very invested.
Yeah.
And the beginning when we first did it, signed on to, he's like, what you got me doing? And now I can't get him from, really, really rooting for everyone on this process.
Your love is so infectious. I can feel it from across the screen. I can't wait for people to hopefully see that in the Queens with your advice and your wisdom. Make sure you watch Queen's Court on Peacock, also airing weekly on Bravo. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Trevor.